What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are tying a baitfish yet again. I've been massively inspired by the good sir Gunnar Brammer for this fly. If you need to know anything about bucktail and building up a bucktail hollow fly, or just anything about bucktail, definitely go visit Gunnar's channel, because he is walking and talking Wikipedia of bucktail madness. Okay, so I will leave his account down below. You can go check it out. Definitely worth a follow, that one. So please do that. This fly today is not, I guess you could call it a hollow fly, but it's kind of a different take on it. I will try to show you the steps as best as I can. So let's jump down to my vise right here and crank out this bucktail baitfish kind of thing. So the hook in the vise here is from Eric's Hooks, but you already knew that, right? This is the SA 220 from the new saltwater series, tropic saltwater. They are a lot stronger in the metal and the coating. So this will also work for those strong tropic saltwater fish. Now I've already prepared my bucktail here, because otherwise this video would just be 5 years long, and we don't want that. So I've already prepared it by cutting off some pieces and laying them out on the table here. For the tail, I want a sparse piece of white. Just measure that out here. I want it fairly long. I want to tie that in on top of the hook like this. And what I like to do is just to make a few loose turns with my tying thread before pulling that tight, because I don't want this tail to flare out all too much. So this is just fine. Cut off what I don't need here. And this doesn't have to be super neat, because this whole hook shank will be covered in dubbing anyway. So just make sure the tail is how you want it, like that. Then I want a little bit of craft fur for some extra movement in the tail there. I guess you could tie in some feathers if you want, making this fly a little bit expensive, of course. So I will be using some craft fur in white as well, just a thin bunch here, and that I want a little bit longer than the bucktail. Get that in. I guess I'm kind of cheating here a little bit by adding some length to the tail here. My bucktail here isn't the best quality I've ever seen, but it'll do, especially if you do it like this. So that's in. Cut that off. Tighten that down. And then I like to kind of make a little point here to where I want to tie in the next bunch of bucktail. So everything here in between will just be covered in dubbing. And in this case it will be iced up in pearl to just to get some flash in there, give it that shimmer. So just cover up everything nicely here. so. Then I want something in chartreuse. And you can kind of, if you moisten it like this, you can just plug out a few of the short ones here. You can, it's easier to see where the longest ones end. Okay, so you want these green tips to be a little bit shorter than the white ones here, which is just around here. And what that'll do is it will help build up that taper of the fly. And I only want this on the top half of the hook, not all the way around, just the top half. So lock that down. You can see it's starting to take shape already here. Let's move my thread forward here to right around this point, which is the next point where I want to tie in the last pieces of bucktail. Let's get some more dubbing on that. Make sure you cover this point here real nice. A little bit more. This is also video number 101 actually. Last week was video number 100. I've done this so long now, I don't really count anymore. I don't even look at the analytics all that much, but today I looked into it and this is video number 101, so let's celebrate number 100, which was last week, by saying thank you guys for tuning in and watching my videos every week. It really means a lot to me. So just to demonstrate one bunch here, you want to grab the bucktail around this part right here in the middle. That is the best hairs for this. These ones down here contain a lot of air, so if you pull your thread tight on them, it will really flare out. And I don't want that in this fly. So I'll just move up the tail here a little bit. So cut off a small piece. And then what I like to do is to hold it out like this and then just kind of remove the longest ones. And then grab the tips like this, and then you can pull out the shortest ones as well. So there is a little bit of work with these bucktails. I know a lot of people like to prep their bunches and then kind of just line them up in one of these little holders. So they have for 5 to 10 flies or something like that. And again, here just kind of moisten that with fingers or whatever, glass of water, and tie that in a little bit shorter than the previous bunch. Once again, only on the top half of the hook. Cut this off. Tighten that down, like so. Flip the fly over. If your vise can do that, of course. Same thing here. I want a white piece of bucktail for the belly here, and I just want that to be just as long as the hook here, so not much longer than to the point where the hook bend is. And this only on the bottom half, like so. Up a little bit. Okay. Tighten that down. That's looking pretty decent to me. Then I want some flash in there as well, just a little bit. In this case it is what's this even called? Where's the package? Mitch Crystal Flash in chartreuse, but you can of course go crazy with the colors here, as you feel like it. There are no rules. So tie in a few on the top of the hook here. Just flip these ones over. So now they are twice as good in there, right? You see it here, really starting to take shape. Then I want some dubbing to form the head, and it needs some eyes, of course. And for the head I will be using some of this Spawn semi-seal in white for the belly. Just a little bit more. And this is just to make a head and cover up these nasty thread wraps here in front. Just tie in a bunch, flare that out a little bit with your thumb, and this will be flipped back over on itself afterwards. So just tie that down to right around here. Fly over. For the top I want something in chartreuse as well. This color is actually called coho. Sorry about that. Coho chartreuse. So let's get a bunch on there. Top of the hook. Flare that out a little bit. And I actually think that I stopped. Yeah, you can see it here. Let's see if I can save this one. I stopped a little bit too early. If you look at it here, the hook eye is way in there, and I stopped a little bit too early. Don't be alarmed. We can fix this with some eyes anyway. So flip this back over on itself. See if I can catch that in there. There we go. Clean that up. And now this video is turning into a 5-year-long video anyway. Imagine if I would have had to cut off every piece of bucktail there. So let's get a good finish in here. Cut off the thread. Before I do anything, I kind of want to brush out a little bit of that dubbing in there. Still haven't fixed the Velcro on my brush here yet. It works. Here we go. So, you know the trick here, or at least what I like to do. Put on a small drop of UV resin on my finger here, and if you don't want to do that, you can of course just use your dubbing needle or whatever you have lying around. But you want to get these fibers under control here. Like so. And then you can determine the head shape here by just working a little bit with it. Like so. Get a drop on this side, because it obviously needs an eye, this one. Get one in there. And that literally just saves the entire fly, if you ask me. See what I mean? Look at that. It looks so much better with an eye. Same thing for the other side. Get an eye on there. Make sure they're aligned roughly. That. I can see I have a little bit of dubbing sticking out here in front. Just trim that off. There we go. So now all there's left to do is to make a nice head. With the UV resin. Make sure to cover the eyes, so they will stay put for forever basically. Keep the fly moving. And then just cure that and the fly should be done. This just cures so fast, this Solar S. Tag free, like really tag-free. I know every company says they have tag-free UV resin, but this one is actually tag-free. Clean up a little bit, and here you have the finished fly. Now if you find that it is a little bit too bulky or a little bit too where the fibers are pointing in all directions, you can put it under running water, just in the kitchen or whatever, holding it like this. Let me put this one out here. So here you can see them. This one hasn't been treated with water yet. This one has. And if you just put it on the running water like this and then hang it up to dry, it will get this really nice taper to it. So that's one prepped here. I obviously did this one for the photo. This one can go into the box as it is, but if you want to take a nice photo, that's a nice trick to really get the fibers to do what you want. So thank you guys so much for watching yet again, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you do that. Hit the like button so the algorithm will push my video up a little bit and help the channel grow. Check out some of the links down below for tools, the UV resin, the lamps, everything like that. A material kit I will put in there as well, and I will see you guys in the next video.